68, 35, 36.
This is a fresh title. Tyler, what should I do first?
You go to the preview.
Preview?
Not that preview. The
Edit graphic?
or like click on the. Yeah, click on that.
Yeah, it just takes me here.
Yeah. What the Is there an update the computer needs?
It says upgrade to Mac OS Sequoia. We don't have time for that.
You might have to update the computer. We actually might have to update it because I think I remember Trevor sending an email that said like, make sure you update your laptops.
I mean, I feel like we don't have time for that.
Those updates typically go fast.
How do I get to it? Settings?
It should be in your main settings or something.
Software update. Upgrade now. I mean, the broadcast is live. Like I went live on YouTube, so.
Even if you update that, I don't think it should stop the broadcast. It's just gonna pause it.
I'll try to get Tyler going during the game if I have to, or at least during running.
I mean, we still got 26 minutes until the game.
Yeah. They won their first game of the year.
You won their first game of the year?
Appleton won, so they've lost in a row.
Yeah. It's not good. Does the scoreboard work?
What?
Does the scoreboard work?
I think so, yeah.
Sweet.
I'm sure it'll give me one more scare.
The classic. Another week of basketball is underway here in the FVA Conference WIAA 2024 and 2025 state basketball right here. Right now here on Zaleski Sports, we welcome you live from Kaukauna High School, where the Galloping Ghosts ranked 6th on our polls in the state and Division I play, take on the Appleton West Terrors, a team that is had a tough year so far, but they were able to put up a fight in their game earlier this week against Fond du Lac. But Kaukauna is getting hot at the right time, and they are becoming a big-time danger in the FVA Conference. But we welcome you guys in here with us. Brendan Retzloff, Gunnar Sippert, with all of you. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of our broadcast this evening. And partner, this Kaukauna team, they are the team right now in the state that you don't want to go up against.
Exactly. They've won 8 in a row, including, let me count them, Kimberly, Fond du Lac, Oshkosh North, Appleton East, Neenah, Hortonville, 6 in a row in conference play. And by wide margins, largely. A little bit of a scare this past week against Hortonville, just an 11-point win on the road. Hortonville's got some real talent, although they are struggling in their most recent 5 games or so. Kaukauna was able to take care of business on the road against a Hortonville team that's currently at 7-6. Tonight they face Appleton West, who is yet to win in conference this year, 0-13. But like you said, they played Fond du Lac well on Tuesday night in the first half. We're only down by 6 at halftime, but then the Cardinals pulled away in the second half, eventually winning by 34. So this Terrors team looking to put together a complete game. They won their first game of the year against Wautoma, and since then they've come up short in every contest they've played, but they're looking to pull the ultimate upset here tonight against the number 6 team in our Zaleski polls. Another poll, the WBCA coaches poll, has Kaukauna all the way up to 4th in Division I, just behind Wisconsin Lutheran, who won the Division II state title last year, moving up to D1. De Pere, who's had great season after great season, they've only got 1 loss, and undefeated Kettle Moraine in front of Kaukauna in the coaches poll. Kaukauna with 3 losses on the year, so just trailing teams with 1 loss and 0 losses in that poll. And like you said, they're rolling. The offense is clicking. They looked great last Friday when we saw them against Neenah, a depleted Neenah roster. But still, Kaukauna's taking care of business against who's in front of them.
And to go off of that here, the Ghosts with those 8 straight wins under head coach Mike Shallow on year 30 with the team over 470 career wins as a coach. Just remarkable stuff tonight from him and his program. Go ahead.
On Tuesday, that was the 15th win of the year, so he's overall at Kaukauna 474 and 227. So easily 2/3 winning percentage there.
Talk about great success. A Hall of Famer in the future in coaching. Kaukauna looking for the sweep on Appleton West. Both the freshman and JV teams took down the Terrors, and now it's varsity. We'll see if the Terrors can put up a fight here in this one. Here in Kaukauna, national anthem coming up right here.
friends. Are you a retiree like myself and have some spare time and wanting to meet new people? I drive school bus for Cobison Buses. I enjoy seeing many smiling faces, and I still have time for the activities I enjoy. Cobison Buses offers a flexible schedule, and it's a well-paid part-time job. It's the perfect balance of work and play. Come join me make a difference in your community. Visit Cobison.com for more information and to find a Cobison terminal near you.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Removal from the site of competition. Please enjoy.
At this time, to honor our country and those who are fighting to defend our freedom, we ask that you please stand if you are able. Remove your headwear and face the flag as the Kaukauna VFW Electric City Post 3319 present the colors and we sing our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Detail, right, feet, and foot, retire the colors. Ready, 2, 4, start.
And welcome back, everybody, to our broadcast just through the national anthem. Tip-off coming up here, starting lineups just about to go underway. Today's matchup brought to you by Bergen Heating and Cooling. Bergen Heating and Cooling, factory authorized Bryant dealer. They service all makes and models. Call them today at 920-759-1478. That's Bergen Heating and Cooling. Starting here with the away team, the Terrors of Appleton West, led by Coach Gage Mady, 1-15 on the year, 0-13 in the FEA, trying to have a monumentous win here in Kaukauna. First, it's Reed Hinkins, the junior, number 1 for the Terrors. Then it's number 2, another junior, Braylon Easy. Then it's number 4, senior Kyle Bennett, followed by number 10, the leading scorer for the Terrors, a junior, Perry and Peace, and number 13, the senior Lucas Downs.
Good to see for this Appleton West program. You got 3 juniors in the starting lineup. Something to look forward to for next year. Some continuity with this squad. Your big man, though, 6'4", Lucas Downs, is a senior.
And he's going to have to go up against a tough task here in the team tied in first place in the FEA Conference, 6th overall in our Zaleski rankings under Mike Shallow in his 30th year, 15-3 record, 11-2 in the FEA Conference. Here are the Galloping Ghosts. First, it's number 0, the senior Brody McMullen, followed by number 1, another senior, Caden Groff. Then it's number 5, the junior, Andrew Jensen, followed by number 13, another junior, Jonah Rorig, and number 25, a senior, Keegan Van Cowenberg. And partner, this Kaukauna team, both Van Cowenberg averaging 22.6 points a game. Andrew Jensen, 18.2 a game. He's averaging a double-double this season. Same with Caden Groff. It seems like everything's working for this Kaukauna team, and now they have a huge height differential against this Terror team of Appleton West.
Yeah, 2 starters in Groff and Jensen, taller than anybody on the roster for Appleton West. Groff at 6'5", Jensen 6'9", of course, and Lucas Downs, tallest member of the Terror squad at 6'4". You see Downs not even trying on the tip there. Jensen gets an uncontested win.
We'll see how this one goes here tonight. Opening tip, Ghosts take it. This pass out of bounds, and it was last touched by the Ghosts, so a turnover right off the bat for this game. Good start here for Appleton West.
We mentioned in the pregame how Appleton West hung with the other team that's tied in first in the FVA with the Fond du Lac Cardinals in the first half on Tuesday, only down by 6 at the half. Let's see if they can have another solid first frame here.
Low dribble drive, kick it out to Hinkins. Downs over. Hinkins again, try to bank it in. No good from downtown, and Kaukauna on the takeover here. All tied at 0, opening minute of the ball game. Kaukauna really likes to open up those little ball screens for Van Cowenberg, but that time they just let Rorig take it himself to the basket for 2.
What a floater. I thought he had gotten himself too far underneath the basket. He somehow got that to go in.
Rorig on the season, 10.6 points a game. He had 12 in that game against Hortonville on Tuesday.
What a luxury to have Jonah Rorig as your 3rd or 4th leading scorer. Caden Groff right around the same range. Having guys averaging 10 points per game be not even your top 2 scorers.
Here's Perry going up against the double team of the 2 big guys for Kaukauna, and his last touch by Groff out of bounds.
Yeah, Perry on piece. He was on this Appleton West team last year as well. Averaged 10.8 points per game as a sophomore. About that same rate this year, 12 points per game. So some varsity experience for him.
Downs gets rejected going up to the basket by Jensen. He's been doing it well all season long. This is a fastball right inside, out of bounds. And Van Cowenberg, he threw that one with a lot of intensity.
Another turnover for the Ghosts. Not starting the most efficient on offense here. Can't take this team lightly. As of now, Kaukauna gonna play tomorrow down in Kenosha against Racine Case.
One dribble and a shot from Downs, and he's a little too short on that one. Still 2-0 here in K-Town. Working off that little screen set by Groff was Van Cowenberg. Kaukauna will just reset it with Rorig at the top. And that man coverage on the defense right now for Appleton West has been going well. This one misfired by Rorig. Rebounded by the Ghosts. Rorig, a nice pass and find. Great find here to Caden Groff.
Like you said, Appleton West nearly forcing a turnover there. Kaukauna gets a second chance, makes them pay.
Nice bounce pass into Perriot and try to finish the shot was Peace, and he'll go to the line. Jensen charged for the foul, but how about that pass that was sent in there by Braylon Easy? Kind of shaking his left hand now. Not sure if he ended up catching a piece of Jonah Rorig on the pass. First one no good from Perrion.
Peace on the year, third on the team, or I should say second on the team with significant amount of attempts at about 71% from the line.
Solid shooter he's been this season. He goes 0 for 2 though from the line. A rare occurrence there from Perrion. Easy looks for Downs. And this Kaukauna Crazy section, not really getting much into it either. It's a very quiet gym at the moment. 4-0 the score here in the first 2:50 and change. Van Kallenberg jump stops from the elbow. Can't get it to go in. Rebounded by Easy. Easy goes high on the pass, and a little bit of an excuse me as Van Kallenberg goes into his own bench. Still no points put up here by West. Easy puts it up, and he can't get it to go in. And right now, that basket is looking like the size of a golf hole right now.
But on the other end, Kaukauna's not their usual selves, at least thus far. Settling for a couple jump shots. Now they're going to try to work the size advantage.
Jensen, just a remarkable way of using his feet down below, and this is why he is as good as he is, guys. 18.2 points a game, had 17 against Hortonville on Tuesday.
And another block. He had 4 against Nina last Friday.
He's already halfway there here tonight with the 2. Jensen hands off. Van Kallenberg loves going down that baseline. He loves that little spin. Defending it well was West, but he is just so good at it. Put 2 more up there for the Ghosts. 8-0. Easy works his way out to Hinkins, excuse me. Hinkins, a little pullback, and he'll shoot it. It's good.
Nice look. Good defensive possession from Hinkins, guarding Van Kallenberg. Keegan just makes a nice, tough shot, and then he gets the first basket of the night on the other end.
And this is what West is going to need out of their guys. They got 3 guys in their starters who average more than 10 points a game, but it's going to be some of those guys like Hinkins that they will need to score more. Graff has 2 more here. But with this Kaukauna team being so hot, winning 8 games in a row, and it almost feels like that winning streak has lasted even longer than just the 8 games. What a save.
Outstanding effort by Easy there to get the offensive rebound. He was going out of bounds, saved it for a teammate, and now Coach Mady calling out a play from the sideline.
Yeah, but with the Ghosts in their winning streak, it just seems like an eternity. And the success that West has had is they get called for an offensive foul here on a little push. What can you do as Appleton West to just contain these guys down and somehow prevent it being a 9-game win streak?
I've liked what I've seen from Appleton West, especially on the defensive end. Now Kaukauna starting to assert their dominance with their size a little bit better. Perhaps it was a mix of good defense and Kaukauna settling for shots.
Jensen just with ease puts one through. Right back there to the size advantage you pointed out, partner.
That's why I didn't like Kaukauna's first couple possessions when they were settling for jump shots. Rorig and Van Kallenberg taking a couple, not making them.
Downs fade away. He's got it.
Nice shot, and timeout called by Coach Mady of Appleton West with his team down 8. A couple of subs coming in for Kaukauna. Kavanaugh Wyenberg, Tyler Schwalbach. First sub of the game in for Appleton West was number 3, Prabjo Tiwana. Full timeout here.
Yeah, with a full timeout. We're going to take a break ourselves. 12:16 to go, 12-4. Here in Kaukauna, we'll be right back on Zaleski Sports.
Selling your car to Doll Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Doll Auto. Simple.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Welcome back here in Kaukauna, everybody. Today's game is presented by our great partners at Pagoni's Pizza, which is your source for Chicago-style pizza with a guaranteed Sicilian taste in Northeast Wisconsin. From gourmet sandwiches to daily specials and the pizza buffet. Enjoy a family-friendly, relaxing atmosphere at Pagoni's Pizza on East Ann Street in Kaukauna.
First possession out of the timeout. Tyler Schwalbach immediately off the bench, driving to the hoop, lost the ball, found it, and gets the deuce.
Downs, nice find for Peace. He goes from downtown. The J is a little long.
Some open looks for Appleton West here early. They've hit a couple fadeaways for their only points. So it seems like the tough shots are falling, the open ones aren't.
Rohrig works off that screen from Jensen with beauty. And it's been all twos for the Galloping Ghosts here tonight. It's been sticking well with them, getting points in the paint. West with a response, and the finish for Easy. Oh, actually, it might have been Hinkins.
Yeah, number 1 with the finish. So he's got 4 points and a reach there, so he'll pick up his first foul.
Not many fouls to go for here in this game. Only the one foul on both of these sides here, or 2 now on the Terrors.
Groff back in for Kaukauna. Starter Kyle Bennett, a senior, 5'10". He's back in for Appleton West, along with our first time seeing number 20, Krishawn Sally, for Appleton West.
Groff takes the inbound. Weinberg in the corner. He loves to shoot it from far. Groff working to the double team as he gets fouled.
It's going to be a reach in on Tijuana, another reserve who came in before the timeout. McMullen back in. Rohrig gets his first rest of the night. So everybody's headed to the bench at some point except for Van Cowenberg. Jensen on the bench currently. And still Kaukauna has a size advantage with Groff inside.
Yeah, I think Kaukauna with their starters, most of them, they're looking to maybe get a lot of rest here in this game. Schwalbach lays another one in here.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. Depends on what happens with this snowstorm that's coming, but Kaukana's scheduled to play tomorrow against a pretty good Racine Case team.
And they have to travel far for that one into Kenosha for the FEA SEC showdown going on. Off the miss, Kaukauna with the board. It's Weinberg. Rimmed out, no good. Another rebound, and it's wide open. A tray for Van Cowenberg.
Yeah, Appleton West just not able to corral the rebound there. They're the other team in that FVA SEC challenge. They're going to play the hosting team. Appleton West is going to take on Kenosha Indian Trail, who Kaukauna beat earlier in the season here at home.
Yeah, so both of these teams have back-to-back days of some basketball, which for some coaches, they don't like that so much, but some others, it's like if you're hot, you want to keep on playing some ball. And Groff lays it in. And another timeout taken by the Terrors. Kaukauna already up 23-6. Things getting a little one-sided early here in K-Town. We'll be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
23-6 here in Kaukauna. Today's game presented by Heartwood Homes. Are you in need of custom home build and remodeling services? Reach out to Heartwood Homes Incorporated. We offer interior home designing as well as remodeling services at the best rates. Call us at 920-850-0081 for a free estimate. Downs from downtown. Can't get it to go. Rebounded here by Groff. He's already got a few rebounds here in this game, including a few offensive boards. McMullen from downtown. Front rim, no good. Rebounded again by guess who? He's got it again. 8 points already for Caden. Pretty solid start to his day. A nice bank in there for Easy. And that's what West is just going to have to do. They really got to put their guard up on defense. Weinberg from downtown. Corner, no good. Rebounded by McMullen. You don't see Brody get in there for those boards, but he does.
Yeah, and that's going to be one of his single-digit amount of two-point attempts on the year.
Try to save that one before it went out of bounds. The athleticism in this Kaukauna team is just through the charts. I mean, averaging 79.3 points a game, 7th in the state in scoring overall. This team just really knows how to put up big numbers, but they don't just do it with one player, they do it as a team.
And right now it's the offensive glass for Kaukauna, as a shot missed there by Easy. But for Appleton West, they got to do a better job on the defensive boards. Stop giving this Ghost team second chances.
That height advantage for Kaukauna is really paying off at the moment. Groff with another Easy laying off the bank. And he's already gotten 6 rebounds here in these last 4 possessions, and he's got 10 points on the day. Closing in on a double-double in the first half. Jensen with the rebound here.
And you see Appleton West, they're trying to live by the 3 right now because they've dug themselves such a hole. But those shots are just not falling, no matter how open they've been.
Groff looked like he was going to take that shot. He had the hesitation, went baseline on the pass to Schwalbach, and then we got a foul on the Terrors. And they called it on Sally.
4th team foul against the Terrors, only 1 foul for Kaukauna. That seems like something Kaukauna's improved at throughout the season.
Let him keep shooting it was Groff. Can't get it to go.
Kaukauna just staying off the foul sheet, especially with their relatively shallow rotation of only about 7 players that usually get playing time. You're going to need to keep guys out of foul trouble.
Man, Collenberg lost his footing and the ball in piece. Couldn't lay it in. He's got to finish the shot, partner.
Looked like he wanted to dunk it. That was his approach looked like that, and then he tried to lay it in with the finger roll off the mark.
He was hesitating on what to do. McMullen, he's got it from downtown. Kaukauna just putting up a big-time number here in this first half on this Appleton West team.
And for Coach Mady of Appleton West, you've already used 2 timeouts. You're going to want to keep 3 for the second half. So he's most likely going to let his team figure it out themselves here without a pause, and you know Coach Shallow's not going to use a first half timeout. So I don't think we're going to head to break before the halftime show.
Yeah, knowing the personality of Coach Mike Shallow and his experience, he really loves continuing with what he's got, and I don't blame him right now. He's got 32 points out of his team. Here's Rorick, dribble drive. No good. Jensen with the putback.
Again, Appleton West does a good job, forces Rorick into a tough first shot, but that second shot from Jensen, nobody there to stop him from getting the easy putback.
A very quiet environment here. Peace tried to get it, and he just off the mark. West is just having a really tough go around right now. This one turned over though. They got a 4-on-2 here, and not able to take advantage. Now Kaukauna's got a 3-on-no-one, and Van Cauwenberg lays it in. How do you go from a 4-on-1 advantage though, all the way to not scoring, turning it over, to letting the other team have an easy basket though?
Well, it makes sense the other team getting an easy basket once you turn it over. You've got 4 guys in the front court and nobody's back. But it's the first part. You got to execute better on that 3-on-2 or 4-on-2 they had. So first time into the game for Aiden Bukuski, number 3 for Kaukauna. Weinberg also back.
Already a 28-point lead for the Ghosts here in the first half.
Tijuana trying to get something going inside there. Had to kick it out, reset. Smart not to go up with a shot there and get blocked.
Kaukauna playing very strong on their defense right now. And they're sticking with the man coverage. And both of these teams have gone man coverage on defense.
We've seen maybe a couple of possessions of zone from Kaukauna.
The 3 is good, and nylon for Braylon, easy. And that was a much-needed three-pointer for this Terrors team. Try to carry some momentum forward.
They've gotten a lot of open threes, but that's why you don't want to have a three-point-centric offense. Even if you get good open looks, they're not going to fall at the rate that an open 2 is going to fall. And just they haven't had the shooting luck here tonight.
And you got to give credit, though, to the way Kaukauna's played their defense.
Allowing nothing inside. At least nothing easy.
A lot of that has to do with having a 6'9" and a 6'5" player on the floor. Peace able to bring it down the floor. He'll take it himself. Contested, and it's good.
Able to finish that time through some contact. Maybe he just needed a little bit of defender on him to finish the fast break. And this time forcing a turnover.
So 5 straight points here for the Terrors, building that momentum. But to your point, yeah, maybe he's just used to having a defense on him.
Certainly not going to practice a fast break layup in practice unless you're in some sort of scrimmage. So
this one no good. That was Bukuski on the rebound here for the Ghosts. That's his first rebound here of the game today, and we're probably going to see a lot from Aiden here throughout the rest of the game.
We're going to have to keep an eye on him because he hasn't played much in the first half this season. And there he is.
Weinberg goes to him. Bukuski got hit from behind in the play there by Kyle Bennett, so he'll shoot 2 free throws. Kaukauna, they had a really strong free throw showing on Tuesday against Hortonville. Went 19 for 23 in that game. There were questions about, is this team good enough to close out games when we've seen earlier in the year they had struggles from the free throw line and it ultimately cost them, but good to see that turnaround happen for them.
That's Bukuski's first free throw make on the year. He only had 1 attempt up until tonight. Now he gets attempts 2 and 3, and he's shooting a nice 66.7%.
Solid for him, and Kaukauna, you can tell they've been working on the free throws in the practices.
Well, that's what we've said throughout the season. That's a weakness of this team, and did a nice job against Nina. And like you said, continued that in the Hortonville game. We weren't there for that one, but seems like it was much of the same for Kaukauna, pulling out an 11-point win over the Polar Bears on Tuesday night.
Van Cauwenberg makes a man miss, and he ended up missing the shot there. And in the last possession, though, for West, we saw lots of really good ball movement, plenty of contact from underneath, and they got an offensive foul. Wow.
There's been a lot to like on the offensive end, as well as certain defensive possessions tonight for the Terrors, but it's a matter of consistency, and this Kaukauna team is consistent, and with that size advantage, they're just not going to allow you to make mistakes and not stretch the lead themselves.
And we've seen some creative plays here from Appleton West. They've got that separation that they've wanted, and they know that they can't really go anywhere down low to the height. But we've seen some good looks, Van Cowenberg. That was a beautiful shot there.
Quite the pass from Weinberg as well. He was driving baseline, got airborne. You don't normally like to see that, but he clearly had a plan. Saw Keegan at the top of the key.
How about this one downtown from Hinkins, and that was just a little wide. Weinberg using his feet all the way into the paint. I thought he was going to take it up himself.
Weinberg really facilitating the offense here, getting a chance, and this might pay some dividends for Kaukauna in the playoffs if Weinberg's called upon to run sort of a point guard role.
Shot's not going to count here. The foul right before the shot. It was off the ball, and I think they're going to get West on it.
7th team foul, so we're going to have free throws here.
It'll be Jensen going to the free throw line.
Jensen with a 1-and-1 here on the year. Andrew Jensen shooting just 61% at the line. 51 for 83. So he gets to the line. Let's see, 83, 18 games. I would say that's about 5 times a night. 5 shots a night, I should say.
Able to roll this one in there. Kaukauna up by 29 here at the moment.
Looking to finish the second half strong. Kaukauna, don't let Appleton West get any sort of momentum, and obviously for the Terrors, just the opposite. You want to carry some sort of scoring run into the locker room here.
See what they do. They've created so much creativity with their offense, but this team right now, they have been living by the 3, and the life hasn't been great.
As soon as you get inside, though, nice drive by Hinkins to the left block, but Jensen with him all the way.
How about that drive? Try to tip it in was Downs, and it seemed like Easy had a really tough look at it. He almost managed to get it to go. Jensen kicks it out. McMullen from the backside, no good. And this year's just been a tough year for Appleton West. Everybody knows. But, I mean, they're playing in a very competitive conference.
That's the thing.
In the FEA.
In a normal Division I conference.
Van Cowenberg from the corner. He's got it to go, and he's warming up.
In a normal Division I conference, the Terrors would be able to play a couple of teams where they would, they'd be able to play more competitively, but you just got such juggernauts like Kaukauna and Neenah from year to year.
Sally, what a bounce pass and fine for Downs. That was a really nice play there crafted by the Terrors. One of the best plays we've seen thus far. Van Cowenberg off the mark, and they're going to get McMullen on the foul.
Perhaps Mike Shallows approving that kind of shot from Keegan Van Cowenberg, but the basketball, old head in me says that's not a good possession to go down and just pull up straight into a 3 at the end of the half.
I mean, considering what the score is of the game, I would agree with you there. There's not really much need to let the 3 fly instantly.
But I've never had the shooting confidence that Keegan Van Cowenberg has, so clearly on a level where he's got the ability to take that kind of shot no matter the situation.
Krishan Sally's 3 was off the mark. Rorik goes to McMullen, and he'll fire it. And he's got some nylon in exchange. Kaukauna still letting the 3 ball fly. 48 points here in the first half. What a half it has been. Final 12 seconds. Open 3 for Braylon. Can't get it to go. Jensen with the rebound. They go quickly up the floor. They'll take the last shot here. Cross-court pass all the way to Rorik. He's got it. 51 points in the first half for the Ghost, and they made that last possession look so easy. But Keegan Van Cowenberg, he is a facilitator out there. My goodness.
And obviously our clock not linked to the real game clock there. It was off by about 5 seconds. Don't worry about Kaukauna getting a shot off past the last buzzer. You heard the buzzer at the right time.
51-15 score here at halftime. We're going to take ourselves a 2-minute break. We'll be right back here for halftime on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we were working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
At Fleet Farm, we're all about your everyday, but not just any old day. Here, every day's opening day. Every day's a school day. Every day's a monster day. And every day is too short. Whatever makes your day, Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Welcome back on Zaleski Sports. Gunnar Zippert along with Brendan Retzloff at the half. Kaukauna leading 51 to 15. Tonight's game is brought to you by Fox Valley Tool and Die. Fox Valley Tool and Die Incorporated is a precision machine shop that supplies critical machine components for a range of customers from Fortune 100 companies to local paper mills. Contact us today at 920-766-9455. Again, that's Fox Valley Tool and Die at 920-766-9455. Tonight's game also brought to you by Kobusin. Kobusin offers a flexible schedule and a well-paid part-time job, the perfect balance of work and play. Kobusin Buses Limited also specializes in providing charter services to all sorts of events. Join us and make a difference. Visit Kobusin.com. We take pride in every ride.
Yeah, 51-15 score here in Kaukauna, and lots of things to be very hopeful for if you are on the Kaukauna side of things, because you are just getting every single player out there on the floor, and very likely you're going to see all the players on the roster for varsity get into this game. But Keaton Van Kallenberg leads the team in scoring 15 points. He had 25 points on Tuesday against Hortonville. And then second on the team in scoring is Caden Groff. He's got 10 points on the day. He's like 2 or 3 rebounds away from a double-double already in this thing.
We've seen that all year from Caden Groff. I believe it's still the case, but a couple weeks ago when I did the math on offensive and defensive rebounds, he's the top offensive rebounder in the conference, and Jensen was the top defensive rebounder. So more of the same from the big men of the Galloping Ghosts here tonight.
And whatever it is that the players are doing in practice and what Mike Shallow is having them go after in terms of like extracurriculars or even just at school, I mean, all of these guys are very well put together, and their confidence, you can tell it is soaring at the right moment, even though this game got off to a little bit of a shaky start with those few turnovers, but they really cleaned things up later.
And it's just been tough on the defensive end, or I should say on the offensive end. for Appleton West to get anything going. They know the presence of the shot blocker down low, Andrew Jensen. Anytime they even get to the block, they hesitate to shoot because they got a couple of early reminders why he's one of the top block guys in the conference. Just checking around for other FVA scores right now. Another one of the big matchups tonight, Oshkosh North hosting Neenah, and I see on the floor right now Oshkosh North has got Bryce Ott back, their second leading returning scorer. He had missed the first half of the season, all up until a couple of games ago, and they're up big early, 27-6 over a Rockets team dealing with their own injuries right now. Other matchups in the FVA tonight, you've got 8th place Appleton East at 3-10. They're on the road at Hortonville. Hortonville at 7-6, currently in 5th place, just one game ahead of both Oshkosh North and Kimberly at 6-7. And then the final matchup tonight, Fond du Lac hosting Oshkosh West, so that's a matchup of another team tied for first. Oshkosh West is in 9th at 2-11. Fond du Lac 11-2, and I said the final matchup, the real final matchup, Appleton North at 10-3. They're in 3rd in the conference. They have to go to Kimberly tonight. Kimberly again tied for 6th at 6-7. We'll see Appleton North play Kaukauna next Friday. That'll be a big one, and the Galloping Ghosts will be looking to avenge their earlier season loss to the Lightning.
And right now, this FVA conference either looking like a 3-team race to find the way to the top, obviously with Kaukauna and Fond du Lac at the top at 11-2, but Appleton North right behind, 10-3, and Appleton North was one of those teams that was able to take down Kaukauna this season, and thanks to the 42-point game from Nathan Ramis, just one of the greatest performances that probably you or I have ever seen.
I don't want to make it sound like he hasn't had good games since then, but he hasn't gotten anywhere close to 42. He was just on one that night.
30 points in the second half of that game. So don't count Appleton North out of this race. Right now, tied atop of the conference, it's Kaukauna and Fond du Lac. Neenah in 4th place, 9-4 in the conference, but
looking
the
like
way the scores looking in that game that you were talking about against Oshkosh North might fall a little bit out of hand, and I believe if they lose that game, I don't think they can win conference anymore because there's only like three games left.
Realistically, yeah, they'd be 3 games back of both Fond du Lac and Kaukauna. So, yeah, it would truly probably make it a 3-team race. But obviously, Neenah is playing for more than the conference title. They've made it to state 3 years in a row, 4 years out of 5, technically 5 years out of 6. They were never eliminated in 2020 when the pandemic hit. They were slated for a sectional final that year, the game before state. But obviously, they'll be a formidable team so long as they can get healthy. And then another team to keep an eye on, Oshkosh North. They're not going to win conference this year at 6-7. But if they're able to go on some sort of run here, finish 11-7, get some momentum going into the playoffs, that's another potential FBA team to make some noise in the state tournament.
Absolutely, partner. And just about to get to the end here of halftime. Today's game is presented by Jaxie's Family Restaurant. Come with your friends and family to Jaxie's Family Restaurant. They offer a cozy coffee house feel with that signature classic diner experience with breakfast, lunch, and dinner options. You'll never leave feeling hungry. Check out Jaxie's on Crooks Avenue, Kaukauna, or search Jaxie's on Facebook today.
Just currently checking other scores. It looked like they actually played a varsity doubleheader in Fond du Lac tonight, so the boys played first. So that game's already over. Oshkosh West at Fond du Lac. Just trying to go to the end of the game here. Fond du Lac up about 10 with 2 minutes to go. And yep, it looks like a final score is 63-52. So Fond du Lac technically, as of right now, a half game ahead of Kaukauna by virtue of their game finishing a little bit earlier.
Count them ahead. And I guess right before we get into the start of the second half, partner, what are some things that you're expecting to see and maybe the changes that Appleton West can make before this game just really falls off the rails.
Obviously, for Coach Mady in the locker room, you want to start strong here in the second half. You can't afford to let Kaukauna get easy baskets in the first couple possessions of this half. But I'm interested for Kaukauna to see how early we see Keegan Van Couwenberg or Andrew Jensen go to the bench again. It took a while for Jensen to go to the bench in the first half, and I don't believe Keegan touched the bench at all.
West starts with the possession here. Downs has been the guy for the team. Jensen says, not in my house.
Nice move by Downs to the basket. It's just a little bit telegraphed that he wanted to shoot there, and the help defense for Jensen was pretty easy.
Lucas Downs averaging 12.8 points a game this season, leads the team for the Terrors in scoring. Here's Peace looking for him, and this one turned over.
Couple of ghosts to the floor. Brody McMullen gets the steal.
Kind of forced that bounce pass into the block was Peace. Van Couwenberg from the top. Finds Groff. He had 10 and a half. Jensen, reverse, cut underneath. He's got it. Up to 9 for the day.
Relatively quiet first half for Andrew. We saw he had that big game against Neenah last Friday that we had on Zaleski Sports. But Andrew typically doesn't score more than 20 in any given game. He's more of a defensive presence, obviously a presence on the boards. That's why it's going to be so interesting to see next year, without Keegan Van Couwenberg, how Andrew Jensen is going to develop as a scorer in his senior season.
And some other guys he'll have with him are the guy who just got the turnover there, Jonah Rohrig, up the floor. Now it's Van Couwenberg just off to the right of the rim, and another open three for McMullen. Front iron, no good. This one poked out by Groff, and a nice fake. The hesitation all the way to the rack.
Yeah, just 3 seniors on this team for Kaukauna, which in a normal year would be great, but of course it's 3 of your starters, 3 of your main contributors, as Peace finishes for the first Terror points of the half.
Perrin had 2 in the first half of this game. Had a couple of free throw attempts, couldn't get those. Now he's up to 4 here tonight, 55-17, just over 16 minutes to go.
Peace maybe with a little bit of a floor burn there.
Yeah, that did not sound very good when he fell to the floor. Typically, the players slide as they fall to the floor, but there might have been a really dry spot there on the
And to add insult to injury,
wood.
it's Peace that picks up the foul.
Turnover, though. Appleton West now has a regained possession here.
Certainly, if Mike Shallow wants to pick some nits in how his team played tonight, too many turnovers on the offensive end.
A solid move made by Bennett, but he just left it off the mark. And Peace, he's still
he's keeled
looking
over.
a little bit out of sorts.
Off the bench, we only saw 2 players from Appleton West in the first half, Kershawn Sally and Prabjo Tiwana.
Jensen throws it down with 2.
It's not often that we see Kaukauna get more players into a game than their opposition, but they felt comfortable playing Bukowski off the bench in the first half. We'll probably see a lot of him here in the second.
Once again, the Terrors really creating lots of movement with their quicker guys. Peace couldn't lay it in, and a little bit of frustration kicking in here for Perrin.
He clearly has the great athleticism to get to the basket, good driver. He just hasn't been able to finish tonight.
Those are some keys in getting better plays for your team. How did Jensen get that pass off? Wow, rebounded by Groff, and he got stuffed by the rim at the end, but they're going to say he got fouled.
He got blocked from behind. I didn't see the foul there. It's going to be on Reed Hinkins. Hinkins, one of the top rebounders in the conference, currently on the season averaging just under 7, and he's 7th in the conference. Early in the season, I believe he was 2nd only to Jensen. It was Jensen, Hinkins, and Xavier Mitchell of Oshkosh North.
Of course, Xavier Mitchell averaging 38.2 points a game this season. One of the best in the state to do it, a nominee for a ball or a
Mr.
Basketball award. Blanking out on the awards out here. I know the NFL honors, or the NFL just had their awards show last night. Josh Allen won the MVP of that. That is the big award. Groff able to create some space and take it home.
Pretty free-flowing first half here. Up and down the court they're going.
Down spins away, and he gets fouled in the process.
A couple of subs checking in for Coach Gage Mady of Appleton West, Krishawn Sally, and first time into the game, number 24, Dylan Voster, a 6'1 sophomore. Voster also listed on the JV roster. Very possible this is his second game tonight. I was on a broadcast for WIAA this past Tuesday, and I really have to learn the rule how many halves you can play in one night. Back when I was in high school, it was quarters, and I believe you could only play 5 quarters in a night. If you checked into a quarter, let's say you checked into 3 quarters in the JV game, you could play 2 in the varsity game. Don't know how it works as we've switched to halves in Wisconsin basketball now.
That's an interesting
rule
that's there. Wow.
I would imagine it's 3 halves.
Peace almost made a very athletic play there, getting the steal, but it was just tipped back, and Kaukauna got it back.
It's going to be Peace's second foul.
Yeah, now he gets called for another one here. And I'm surprised, if you're Kaukauna, when do you make those substitutions? We've seen West make those switches, but we still see all the starters for the Ghosts.
Especially considering you've got, as of now, a game scheduled tomorrow. I don't know if that's been officially canceled or not down in Kenosha, but you would figure you want to rest your starters. Nice creation there from Peace in tight.
He's scoring these baskets in the hardest ways possible.
And that's a true skill.
Yeah, he's making it happen. He's creating that little separation, and when he's finishing while contested, I mean, that's a very great ability to have in this type of game.
Here come 3 subs for Kaukauna. Weinberg, Schwalbach, and Bukowski into the game. And it looks like they've only got 1 other player suited up on the bench. I see Mike Hill, number 33. He's in his street clothes. I don't think he played in the JV game earlier, so probably an injury there, as well as 1 more player in their street clothes. Or I should say they're like Kaukauna sweatshirt combo.
Their little tracksuit attire. In and out goes the 3. Jensen with the rebound. Jensen right now getting guarded by Braylon Easy, and that's almost like a foot of a difference between the 2 of them. This one from downtown, no good. Tipped back and away. They're going to say last touched by Sally here.
Certainly looked like it was off of Jensen, but maybe before Jensen tipped it, Sally had possession with his foot on the line.
I can't believe they got 5'10", guarding against 6'9". That is just something that you never see in the game. And when you see mismatches like that as a coach, great creation there for Prajo.
Yeah, Tawana with the finish. It was easy with the nice bounce pass along the baseline.
Once again, like when you see that matchup as a coach, you typically call a timeout because you don't like what you're seeing. But it's working right now. So don't mind what I'm saying then here. Tawana, who's looking around. Easy, a high arcing shot. This one just off the mark, and Bukowski couldn't get the rebound. The Ghosts don't have Josh Carl here either in this one. Good lay-in here. Hopefully Easy's all right.
Looks like Coach Mady's going to use one of his timeouts here. Let Easy take it easy on the bench.
So we'll see if Braylon's all right. He seems to be good. We'll take a timeout here. 63-25 here in Kaukauna. We'll be back here on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Yep. Welcome back on Zaleski Sports. 12:25 to go in the second half. Tonight's game brought to you by Travel Leaders Discovery. Looking for the perfect getaway and want to travel worldwide? Travel Leaders Discovery has you covered. Their local travel experts create...
Oh, Andrew Jensen. That was a monstrous dunk from the junior. Imagine what he's going to do senior year. Anyways.
No, for Travel Leaders Discovery's sake, I'll restart the ad. Looking for the perfect getaway and want to travel worldwide? Travel Leaders Discovery has you covered. Their local travel experts create unforgettable experiences tailored just for you. Ready to travel stress-free? Visit tltrips.com and start your adventure. That's tltrips.com.
I'm going to tell you, Andrew Jensen just made an adventure to the basket there. That was something else.
And he's up to, on the night, 14.
The type of athlete that you see in AJ, it is just incredible. It's amazing the talents that these kids have as Peace lays it in, and he'll try for three.
We were talking during the timeout. Appleton West has held their own on the offensive end here. The score at the half was 51-16, or 51-15, so it's been 12 for Appleton West in the second half here and 15 for Kaukauna. Certainly the Terrors are putting the ball in the basket more frequently here in the second frame.
They've been keeping up here on this second half here. Friday night basketball here on Zaleski Sports.
As we know, though, this Kaukauna offense is not going to let up. It's been tough sledding for the Terrors on the defensive end.
And now the Terrors playing more so of that zone coverage, almost fading back to man. Now the separation created Jensen. Another one up to the rack.
If you're Keegan Van Cauwenberg, you count that as an assist. It's a missed three-pointer, but also an assist.
As Appleton West, though, there, you got to box out on those shots. You can't let Kaukauna's bigger guys get an easy look at getting a rebound and an easy putback.
He had such a head of steam. I don't know. You'd have to start boxing out before he left his feet for it to be any sort of effectiveness there.
Jetson goes to the bench. Lots of smiles from him and his teammates. Then Kauenberg, Graf on the floor, Bukowski, Schwalbach, and Weinberg, and the Ghosts.
Rohrig checking in. He'll head in after a foul here. 6th team foul already for Appleton West in this half. I believe they had 7 in the first half.
It's a 40-point lead for the Ghosts here. And right as you mentioned that this Appleton West team was keeping up with scoring, all of a sudden now we're seeing Kaukauna's Galloping Ghosts just really strike to the basket.
They're putting their foot on the gas. We'll see how Appleton West continues to attack the basket on their offensive possessions. That was the 4th team foul on Prabjo Tiwana. He came in off the bench. He didn't start this game, so not often you see 4 fouls this early for a reserve.
Let's see if West can track something here. Rejected at the end of the play by Graf, and it's going to be a travel. And that is just the night and the season that has been for the team in blue.
Good drive by Sally there. I don't know if it was blocked, but not able to get it to go. Peace comes down with the rebound, but of course, if you fall down after grabbing a rebound, it's going to be called a travel every time.
Bukowski hands off to Weinberg. The Ghosts really facilitating everything on that right-hand side. Now Rory goes left.
Yeah, you got to figure they're not going to want anything from outside here.
No need. I mean, with how they've been dominating underneath, there is absolutely no need. And Graf again with the finish. And now he's got 9 points here in the half. He's got 19 in the ball game. Leads the team in scoring for Kaukauna.
First foul, number 11, Tyler Schwalbach, first personal for the team.
And we're finally going to see Josh Carl enter the game, and Brody McMullen is back. The three for Downs is good.
Nice look off the inbound there. A couple of passes, wide open corner three, and not what you want to see from Kaukauna on the defensive end.
Rorig drives, kick out. So now the Ghosts have their three bench players, Schwalbach, Carl, and Bukowski out there, and McMullen wide open. He's been a little cold tonight, shooting 42% on the year, but to clean up is his good old classmate, Jonah Rorig. But yeah, we see McMullen shooting around 42, 43% on the season this year. He's been cold from downtown here in this one tonight.
I would say Van Caulenburg's been relatively cold as well. Both of them top 10 in Division I in three-point percentage. They do that three-point shootout at the state tournament. It's the top 2 from every division, so you have 10 total.
Downs lets it fly. Back iron can't go. Rebounded by the Terrors, and now we're seeing a more even matchup in terms of height. Now Lucas Downs has the height advantage over everybody, so he's probably feeling a lot of seniority right now.
True, tallest player on the court for Kaukauna right now. Probably Jonah Rorig at 6'3".
Both Bukowski and Rorig seem like they're the tallest players out on the floor, but Downs 6'5". This three is good, and Josh Carl adds his name to the list of scorers tonight. 78-31. Less than 9 minutes to go, about 8 minutes left here in regulation. 13 on 13 here, and then McMullen tried to go in on the mix, and they called him for the foul.
Fourth team foul and the third foul for Brody McMullen, and they're going to call it a shooting foul. We've got the clock is running here during the free throws.
Brody McMullen going to be graduating this year, and his brother Cooper will be on the rise, and maybe we'll see him in the uniform in the varsity team.
Well, we saw him earlier in the JV game. He's number 0. He took a three-pointer, and I thought that's got to be Brody McMullen's brother.
He's got the same type of shooting style, and you can tell that their parents, they let them shoot from long range. They do not care. If they got the basketball hoop in the front driveway or the backyard or whatever, they're probably taking those dude perfect style shots from half court every time.
So McMullen, the lone starter left in the game for Kaukauna. You would figure the only reason he's still in the game is that they only had 4 bench players available due to some injuries to Mike Hill, Tayden Immel.
He lets it fly. He's got it. Getting that right back. It's the connection for McMullen.
He probably heard you saying he wasn't shooting very well tonight.
Downs lays it in with the left. Downs, he's been a highlight player so far in the second half for Appleton West. He's got 7.
12 total.
And Weinberg creating his own type of play. He lays it in, and he's going for 3.
First points of the ball game for Kavanaugh.
The only players that we have not seen score on the roster set here for the Ghosts, excluding Mike Hill, who is a scratch, are Aiden Bukowski and Tayden Immel. Only 2 players.
I don't think Immel's suited up tonight.
He might also be a scratch then, so it's only Bukowski, and a long-range three from Kyle Bennett is good.
Three-pointers starting to fall a bit more for Appleton West in the second half. We saw they were pretty cold from downtown despite creating a lot of open looks in the first.
Here is Carl again from way deep. This one, front iron, no good. Easy, hesitates, rolls it in.
Goes coast to coast. Nice job by Braylon Easy after that injury scare we saw. And Coach Mady's going to use his second to last timeout.
And we are going to stay here with you guys. We got some ad reads to go over here for today's game.
Tonight's game brought to you by Advantage Machine. At Advantage Machine, we've invested in the machine center, machine tools, metal inventories, and our people. We offer a first-class workspace to ensure the best quality, and with our responsive customer service, fair pricing, and on-time delivery, you can call us at 920-462-4427. Again, 920-462-4427.
Today's game also presented by Ridgetop Exteriors. Just like these players bring their best to the court, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, and affordable service. Also presented by Culligan. Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. And so far in the world of basketball, everybody still is talking about that monstrous trade that happened in the NBA. But in terms of more local, in the NBA, Chris Middleton is no longer a Milwaukee Buck. Kyle Kuzma will.
End of an era, the Giannis and Chris Middleton era.
What an era it was with them. I'm not too big of an NBA guy myself, but obviously when they ended up making that championship run in 21, that was maybe one of the best highlights in Wisconsin sports that we have seen in the last decade.
And obviously they don't win that championship without Chris Middleton. He was the second star on that team.
And this one is good. Bukowski puts his name to the list of scorers.
So 9 scorers tonight. Bukowski the final one in terms of active players for the Ghosts.
Solid night overall, and spinning his way to the hoop is Braylon Easy with another one.
That's 2 baskets in a row for Braylon Easy.
Yeah, Easy, he's doing pretty well right now.
On the season, Braylon Easy averaging 11.5 points.
He's got 8 points here in the second half, total of 13 on the day.
He's third on the Terrors in terms of scoring behind behind Downs and Peace. Hinkins in 4th. Jonah Rohrig will have a 1-and-1 here after the 8th team foul from Appleton West.
Looked like West made a couple more substitutions. I think Braylon Easy's day has come to an end, and Xavier Goodman is the one that entered for him.
Yeah, Prabjo Tijuana also back with his 4 fouls. Dylan Voster, who we saw earlier this half. Xavier Goodman, number 22, as well as here's the drive by Sally, number 12, Blake Mickelson, into the game.
Yeah, so right now what we're seeing is lots of the bench going at it. Carl's 3 off the mark, got his own rebound. Kaukauna still dominating on the glass.
Weinberg's looked really good tonight on the offensive end. He's just creating any shot he wants for himself or others.
He's so quick with his feet, and I got to see him in the football season. Great abilities as a wide receiver. When Kaukauna was playing football, I ended up comparing a lot of their offense to what the Green Bay Packers looked like with their offense, and I compared Weinberg to a guy more so like Jaden Reed for the Packers, where just using a lot of his speed to create separation, and we're seeing it on the basketball court. He's doing the same exact thing. And
To compare him to another FVA player, he sort of looks like Will Sweeney for Appleton North, an undersized point guard who's got to use his quickness. And Weinberg is going to be relied upon a lot down the stretch here this year as a reserve. But, of course, next year with 3 starters graduating, McMullen, Van Cauwenberg, Groff, all will not be on the team next year. He's going to be in a starting role along with Schwalbach and Rohrig and Jensen.
I think there's a lot of promise that we're going to see next year out of this Kaukauna team. I really think that Weinberg is going to be a really good piece, and if Coach Shatlow keeps using him the way that he's using him, gains confidence off the bench, he's going to roll into next year with plenty of steam ahead of him, and Andrew Jensen being the front runner player from what it seems like to maybe win a Mr. Basketball award.
He certainly will be a finalist, just like Xavier Mitchell is in the FVA this year. I think Keegan Van Cauwenberg probably was just outside that top 6 for the 2024 2024-25 Mr. Basketball Award.
It's a little surprising that Van Cauwenberg didn't find his way in that. He has been a great piece for this Kaukauna team, and he was even amazing last season with them. I mean, bringing them as far as they were able to go, a 91-43 game right now with the clock running, just over a minute left.
Sectional semifinal, I believe, last year against Marshfield is where Kaukana's season ended, and then Marshfield eventually beaten by Neenah in the sectional final. Both of those teams will be in the sectional this year. Marshfield with a bit of a down year, had some injuries. Kaukauna will be looking to exact revenge should they match up with the Tigers in the playoffs.
And kind of just playing a little bit of tennis back and forth right now are these two. And West is going to keep it with them. Goodman over to Hinkins. Hinkins rolls it in.
Nice move to the rack there. Clearly a lot of skill on this Appleton West team as they were able to put up 30 points and counting here in the second half.
The final 20 seconds here in Kaukauna, 91-45. And partner, correct me if I'm wrong, but this was very close to the score we saw in Appleton West earlier this year.
Yeah, earlier this season, back in, I believe it was December, 91-47. Kaukauna took that one, so nearly identical scores in the 2 meetings this year.
A 2-point difference to end it between those 2 games, but the Ghosts are just rolling. It's another win as Kaukauna will head into Kenosha with Appleton West here going to Kenosha. But this Kaukauna team, they are really on top of things right now, but they got a really good Racine Case team coming up, a 91-45 win for the Galloping Ghosts. We're going to send things to a quick break, and we'll wrap things up with Postgame here on Zaleski Sports.
Power & Find has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Power & Find Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Doll Auto, simple.
Welcome back, everybody. Post-game here on Zaleski Sports. Today's matchup today brought to you by Mutual of Wausau. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. And the story here, the number 6 ranked Ghosts are on a big-time roll at the moment. That is 7 consecutive conference victories, 9 wins in a row headed into Saturday. We'll see if there will be games that are played on Saturday due to the possible storms that will be going through the state. And I'm sure there are probably a lot of kids who are not all that happy that the storms had to happen on the weekend.
Yeah, just a day too late.
They would have loved to have a day off of school, probably. But, hey, we're rolling into the weekend. Kaukauna is rolling into the weekend with 9 straight wins. Appleton West falls to 1-16, now 0-14 in the FVA.
Only 4 games left in conference play. A couple, I think 1 non-conference game left for Kaukauna, scheduled for tomorrow against Racine Case. Then you got Oshkosh West next Tuesday on the road, hosting Appleton North in that big-time matchup. Next Friday, the 18th, and then the week following, it'll be Tuesday at Kimberly on the 21st, and potentially for the conference on the 27th, hosting Fond du Lac.
That at Kimberly game, though, that could be one of those really tough games. Obviously, the two schools, strong dislikes for one another, and that's a friendly way of saying it. So you never know what could happen along the road in high school basketball.
We're seeing that tonight, too, as I had the Kimberly game against Appleton North pulled up. It's still ongoing, about, I think, 5 minutes left in the second half, and Kimberly was up 10 on the Lightning, and despite being 3 games behind Appleton North in the standing, it's hard to win on the road in this conference. We talked about in the halftime show, Oshkosh West, Fond du Lac, they concluded earlier because they had the girls varsity game going on right now. Fond du Lac won that one by about 10. Oshkosh North was up big on Nina in the first half, and looks like the final score from Hortonville, Polar Bears 71, Appleton East Patriots 52. So Hortonville improves to 8-6 on the year. They'll stay in 5th place, and Appleton East falls to 3-11. They'll stay in 8th place.
And a really great thing, I was just tallying up the numbers here from this game, 91-45 win for Kaukauna. They are now 16-3 overall, 12-2 in conference play, one of the best conferences that we've seen in the state. But I just tallied up the numbers. 5 players scored at least 10 points for the Ghosts. So to get in double digits with 5 different players, that really says a lot with how your team is doing chemistry-wise. And this Kaukauna team, I'm telling you, they are very likely looking like one of those big-time threats going into playoff time come March.
Yeah, the sectional's pretty loaded. Of course, it doesn't include just FVA teams. It's most of the FVA, not Fond du Lac, Oshkosh, and the Oshkosh schools, but you do have the other 7 in the FVA, and then you've got a lot of teams from the western side of the state and the middle of the state. You got Wausau West having a good year in the Wisconsin Valley, along with the typical Wisconsin Valley duo of Stevens Point and Marshfield, DC Everest. And then you got some Big River schools, Eau Claire Memorial having a great year. They're ranked 7th in the D1 coaches poll. Hudson always team to be reckoned with. So it's a loaded sectional, and you don't want to be the team that has to go to Superior. Superior, that's the long road trip that often it can trip you up for future rounds, even if you make it past the Spartans.
I mean, yeah, those road trips, they can sometimes take a lot out of you. You just got to find your way to lock in mentally. And Kaukauna, they've found ways to go ahead and do that. They fell short of reaching state last year in that not in the conference, in that sectional semifinal to Marshfield. I got to be there for that game, and that was one of the best games that I got to see for boys basketball last year against Marshfield. But I think that they are taking that loss with them going into this season saying we're passing this mark for this season. I see that you're looking at the scores on some of the games over there. What you got?
Yeah, you mentioned 12-2. So if Kaukauna can manage to win out, they'd be 16-2. That would be the same record that Oshkosh North had last year when they won conference. Oshkosh North right now, I think it's the one game still going, along with the Kimberly game, which it's early second half in Oshkosh. They're up by about 20 on Neenah, 48-26. Oshkosh North getting healthy at the right time here. Neenah dealing with some injuries, so they're going to split their season series as Neenah beat them earlier in the year at their brand new gym. So if that score holds, Neenah will fall to 9-5. Oshkosh North will be back to 7-7. They're picking up some momentum. If Kimberly can hold on, they'll also be 7-7, and Appleton North would fall 10-4. And that's exactly what Kaukauna and Fond du Lac want to hear, because that would put Appleton North in third, 2 games back of the 2 leaders. And you said earlier, Kaukauna's won 7 in a row in conference. If they can beat Oshkosh West next Tuesday, then that game against Appleton North, that would be for 9 in a row. That would be for a clean sweep sort of through the middle of the conference schedule if they could beat every other team in the FVA.
It's just the time that the Ghosts are getting hot is why they are such a threat. I mean, we've seen them fall down in our polls to as far as 23. Obviously, at the beginning of the season, we didn't have any rankings because you just can't rank anybody at the beginning of things. But we saw them fall to as low as 23. Then all of a sudden, we see them climb up to 17. Then they fell back down to 18, back to 17 again. Then they found their way in the top 10, and now they're ranked number 6 with us. And in some other polls, they're ranked in the top 5 and even the top 3.
It's ever since that really unexcusable loss to Appleton North where Nathan Ramus willed the Lightning to a victory. Kaukauna certainly didn't shoot free throws well down the stretch, and they certainly turned the ball over a couple times. Ever since that loss, clearly Coach Shallow made his players take it to heart, and I'm sure they're going to use that as further motivation. Just looking at some of the other teams in the sectional, you got Marshfield. They're 11-5 overall, but they're undefeated in Wisconsin Valley play, 8-0. So decent. They've had some tough non-conference games. You got Wausau West, 14-4. Stevens Point, 10-7, and of course, you got the FVA along with Eau Claire Memorial with a good record. If I can find that here.
Sounds like ever since Marshfield took that trip to Florida, all they have done is win.
Yeah, I think they got healthy after that. They played in a holiday tournament down in, I believe, the Orlando area. Eau Claire Memorial, 10-0. In Big Rivers play, 14-3 overall. You got to see them down at the WBY shootout. They played They had a couple of tough losses against MAS, Milwaukee Academy of Science, top team in Division III, one of the top teams in the state, regardless of division. So much talent, and they also lost to a familiar foe for Kaukauna, Appleton North. So the old Abes will be looking to get some revenge maybe on the Lightning in the playoffs. And then finally the last team that could be a tough team in the play in the sectional, Hudson at 8-2 in conference play, 12-6 overall. So it's a loaded sectional. Teams like Neenah might have to go on the road in the first round. Teams like Kimberly probably will have to go on the road in the first round, or it'll be the second round technically because there's not enough Division I schools where everybody has to play that first playoff game. Most teams get a bye into the regional semis. But yeah, it's going to be a tough go for a lot of these teams in the FVA going on the road, but it looks like Kaukauna will have home court advantage for a lot of the regional round.
It seems like as the years go on, these teams and players, they just keep getting better and better. I don't know what it is in the genetics, but it just keeps happening. But Kaukauna is still tied for first place in the FVA with Fond du Lac after getting a 91-45 win over Appleton West. Both of these teams traveling to Kenosha tomorrow, depending on weather. We'll see if those games get played. But guys, that's going to do it for us here on Zaleski Sports. Gunnar Zipper, Brendan Retzloff, we say so long. And guys, have a great night and enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. It's going to be a super weekend for all of you guys. We'll see you guys next time.